Whenever I go to the nursery, I'm always curious about what's going on behind the scenes. So today, I'm in Petaluma at Cottage Gardens for an insider's tour and in-depth conversation with the owner, Fionnuala Campion. So come with me and let's learn together. Fionnuala,
Hey,
thank
Kathy.
you so much for agreeing to do this. I feel so lucky to have an insider's tour. So thank you. So what I did was I asked all my gardening friends and my subscribers if you could have 1 minute with the nursery owner,
Mm-hmm.
what would you ask? And so I
Oh,
compiled a list of 14 questions and I thought we'd just start there. And I'm giving my subscribers access to you, even if they don't live here.
oh, that's so great.
Okay,
Okay.
so this nursery is famous all over California. So you get hundreds of people a week, sometimes a day.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the number one mistake you see when people are choosing plants to buy?
I think a lot of times people get overexcited and they know they've got this area in their garden that they need to work on, and they get very excited about the plants that are available, and they probably overshop. It's like the kid in this candy store type of situation. So they may overbuy
Been
and
there, done that.
yeah, get overexcited about the flowers on a plant and, you know, decide that's the one they need, but not checking to see, does it like sun? Does it like shade? Might get 6 of them when you really only need 3. So that's kind of what happens.
This is
Yeah.
ringing a little too true, a little too true. So, how can we be better shoppers then?
The prep should start at home. Really notice what kind of sun or shade conditions your garden has. Does the sun hit it in the morning? Does it hit it in the afternoon? Really know that, because it makes a huge difference about what you should shop for. You
That
know,
is a great tip.
our main thing here at Cottage Gardens is success. I want success for you guys. I really, really do. We grow most of the plants here right from the get-go, from seed or from tiny little cutting. It's been here 3 or 4 months already before we even bring it into the
I did
retail
not know
area.
that.
Oh yeah. So we love these things. So we want success for you when you go home with them. So yeah, get to know your exposure, get to know your soil. Don't bring home a drought tolerant plant unless you're really prepared to amend that soil and make sure it drains well. So get to know your garden, basically. That's really the key. Get to know your garden. So the prep starts before you come in, before you even put a plant on your cart.
Before the cash register.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Okay, so now you have a lot of what I consider specimen plants, things
Do.
that are going to really be a focal point in a garden. What are some of the things we need to do to ensure success once we get it home?
You know, there are a lot of specimen plants here. Each one is so different. I mean, I've got some specimen aloes that are just stunning and I can't get enough of. But to take care of that is entirely different than taking care of some of the specimen conifers that I've got that are so
Uh-huh.
stunning.
Okay.
You know, they're just gorgeous things. Get to know the plant that you're going to take home. Get to know what it wants and needs. There's signage pretty much on everything I've got here. There's labels, there's tags. But there's us too. Ask us questions. You know, some of these things, these conifers I just brought in recently, they've come from Oregon. So the sign is printed for all over the country, basically. Around here, many of these full sun conifers really do better with some afternoon shade, which we're happy to tell you. So
Okay.
ask the questions,
I
you
never
know.
think to ask the nursery staff. So
Oh,
I'm leaving a huge resource unused.
yeah. Well, again, we love these things. I wouldn't bring them in except that I already love them very, very much. I want you to be able to take care of them when you take it home.
Okay, so I obviously want to point out to my subscribers that we are standing in front of these fabulous pots. So, Fionnuala, here are some other questions. You are known for your extensive selection of plants, but
Yes.
obviously you can't have everything. How do you decide what is going to be sold here?
Honestly, I get excited about certain things myself. Like I'll go right now, I'm picking out tomato varieties to grow for next year. There are some tried and true. I'm just going to say about the tomatoes first because there's so many different plant species that I can get excited about. Right now I'm picking out tomato seeds to grow next year. Um, and I'll read up on them and I'll go for the name, the color, if there's a good story to it, if there's a reason it's an heirloom for hundreds of years. That's really how I decide about things like that.
So you're making me realize that cottage gardens is really a reflection of you, your
Mm,
taste, your interest, right?
yeah, yeah.
Another question. You are known, Cottage Gardens is known for these elegant displays.
Mm,
So, do
thank
you
you.
have a design background?
I have been designing for years. To be honest, I have a horticultural and zoological background, but I've gardened forever, like absolutely forever. And I was a design and install, I worked as a design and install person for maybe about 10 or 15 years. Also, no serious training, but a ton of reading.
So, when you say design and install, you mean for gardens,
Yeah.
designing gardens and
Mm-hmm.
actually installing
Yes.
them. I
Yes.
see. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
it's pretty obvious
Oh,
your
thank you.
skill and your
Thank
talent.
you.
So, what is the hardest part of running cottage gardens? Because, from a shopper's point of view, I think it would just be nirvana. No problems, no issues. What is
Oh,
it? What are some of the challenges of running a nursery?
you know, for the most part, there are no problems or no issues. But just like any business, something might go wrong in the background. Like this morning, there was a leaky pipe threatening to flood one of our most important greenhouses in the veggie department. That has to be fixed. So all of this still looks gorgeous, but nobody knows that there's a bunch of people digging in the background and maybe I need to buy some parts, you know. But honestly, for the most part, it really is nirvana. It's an absolutely wonderful place to come to work every day. Yeah.
So as I came in, I noticed that you've finished one whole section of your beautiful rock wall. It looks
Yes.
stunning. So
Thank
what
you.
other design details are you working on right now?
I have a whole bunch of different things in my mind so
I am
far
not
that you're
surprised.
just going to have to come back and look at. I'm from Ireland and I love rock walls. I love stone walls. I love ruins. I love something that looks like it's been there for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
So slowly but surely, I'm working towards a look like that, but also new plant varieties, new tomato varieties, new peppers, new plants.
So you
Exactly.
brought up the vegetables. Can we see the vegetables section?
Yeah, let's go on over there. The
So now
creature.
we're in your fabulous vegetable area. Did you grow all of these from seed?
Yep, we grow all of these from seed. They're all organically grown. Um, organic seeds, organic soil, organic everything.
Everything. Tell
Yeah,
me about this fabulous pumpkin or squash.
isn't
This
it?
is amazing. The texture, the color. Tell me about this guy.
We grew this one too. I cannot recall its exact variety, but I have a whole vegetable garden over there where we grow an awful lot. We test grow almost everything.
It's
And this
fabulous.
guy, I know, it is incredible.
All right, I'm going to set it down before I
Before it
drop it.
oozes.
That too. So here's a question for you.
Mhm.
Are there any secret or areas that most customers don't think to visit?
I think a lot of people stay very close to the counter and don't go too far when there's a whole other area or two to explore. But not just that, it's also an absolutely amazing walk, but it takes you up to the chicken garden too. So if you do come into Cottage Gardens, don't forget to take a little stroll up the hill. It's so well worth it.
We're almost to the end of the year. So now I'm wondering, what are you seeing or what are you excited about for 2026?
Oh my goodness. There are some new roses that I'm very excited about. Um,
Are
and the
you a test grower for?
I am not a test grower anymore. I was one of the judges on roses for quite some time in a different spot, just a test grower over in Sonoma.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was fun. Um, but I do bring in thousands of roses every single year, and
Oh
I
my
always try
gosh.
out a new couple of new varieties. And the breeding that's been going into the whole rose breeding program lately is pretty exciting because not only are they breeding for color, they're going back to breed for scent. They're breeding more for disease resistance, color, and scent combination. That was kind of lost for a little while. But yeah, I'm really excited about the roses coming in.
Okay. Oh, here's a good one. How do you stage or decide to stage or lay out each section? Because I know when I come and I come through that front gate, one of the things that captivates me is those rows of grasses, and then you've got
Mm,
rows of shade plants under. So
yeah,
how do you decide to lay out? I mean, like, why are the vegetables here, or why are the pots there? How do you decide
yeah.
how to use each section?
That's a really good question too. Well, partly um, the sun-loving plants are out away from the shade from the eucalyptus trees that I have over there. They're out in full sun because that's what you're going to want to do when you take them home again.
True.
So it's kind of like an instinctive thing. You already are in the full sun picking out your plants. So you know these probably should be in the full sun when you get home with them.
So, one of the things that I think you are so good at is all of these garden accessories. If somebody wanted to
Mm,
really level up their garden, and right now all they have are flowering beds, what would be like one or two key accessories that you think would really take somebody's garden to the next level?
if you're just starting with some, just say it's a very completely flat space, I would add something that brings your eyes up, like an arbor, for example, or a trellis against the wall to grow something on, or a taller fountain, or just something that adds a dimension of height. Honestly, boulders are great too. I
I
cannot
love
say enough about
boulders.
rocks and
I
boulders.
love boulders.
Yeah, just break it up, change it up a little bit, get away from that sheer flatness.
Right, add height and interest.
Hmm.
So one of the things that I bought here that I modified, I bought one of your big 40-inch spheres that was this
Yeah.
rusted metal. But my garden is more contemporary Asian. So what I did was just give it a light sanding, and then
Hmm.
I spray painted it black.
Oh, I bet it's
So I
gorgeous.
think that when people see things, they should think beyond, how can I buy this? I love the height, I love
Hmm.
the structure of it, but how can I make it fit my garden? So
Perfect.
yeah, because
Perfect. I
you
love that. I love that. That is a thing. This is my aesthetic. If it doesn't match yours, play with it. Make it fit your garden. That is just so perfect. I am supplying ingredients.
that
You do
yes.
whatever it is you want.
Okay, that
Yeah.
yes, that is perfect. You are supplying the ingredients for us. But
Yeah.
now it's up to us to take it home and make it work,
Yeah,
or
make it work.
modify it,
Yeah.
personalize it.
Do what makes you happy in your garden. I cannot emphasize that enough. There are rules, there's things, there's all sorts of design ideas out there. If it doesn't make you happy in your garden, don't follow those. Yeah.
Yes, that's so some people feel obligated to stick to a certain style. It's either cottagey, it's Japanese, it's dry desert or alpine. But
Yeah.
I agree with you that I can take elements of any style. If I love it, it's going to work in my own garden.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
Love that.
yeah. Okay. Um, you have some killer seating here too, which I have way too many chairs in my garden.
Mm,
But what I love about this is it makes it very inviting the way you have these little bistro tables and chairs.
yeah.
So, what would you advise somebody who has no seating? What would be a good way to start?
Mm-hmm.
Where would they put it? What tips do you have for somebody who has no seating but wants to add it?
Wants to add something? One of my favorite things to do is to go outside in the morning with a cup of coffee and sit down with a cup of coffee. You do not want to tramp hundreds of yards for that. You want to be able to go out there bare feet or slippers and sit down, have your coffee, and just look at whatever is within your view. So I would start with something like that.
All right, I'm trying to make sure that I cover every question that was asked.
Mhm.
What do you see as the key to Cottage Gardens' long term success? Because
Oh
obviously
my
you've been here
goodness.
doing something very right for a long time.
Thank you. I think is making sure customers feel happy when they come here. I mean, I don't think feeling happy is ever going to go out of style. Always be on trend.
At
You
least
know?
with us, right?
Yeah, gardeners. No, we want to feel happy. You want to feel good where you go. You want to have something interesting and new. If I can come to work excited every day about new plants and new things to look at and the birds to see, and that can rub off on a customer and they get to feel the same way, I think that might be part of
Yeah,
the
it's a
key.
gift.
Yeah.
You're giving gardeners a gift. So here's a personal question for you. What do
Okay.
you see as your strength, both as a nursery owner and a gardener?
As a nursery owner, I'm really, really good at puzzles. I'm really good at envisioning all of next year and what I want to see on each bench every single month.
Wow.
And the planning ahead that goes into that, like what I need to have here to start 6 weeks ahead of when I need it out on the bench. So I'm really, really good at that. I'm great at puzzles. I'm great at, you know, putting together the pieces of a thing and planning ahead. Horrible chess player. I'm really good at imagining what I want to see out there in, say, July and what I have to do to make sure it's on the benches in
At
July.
that time.
Yeah,
So you have a vision and you work backwards.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And I
Okay.
can do that for a whole year.
I find that one of the things that is so overwhelming when you walk into a nursery is the rows and rows of gorgeous plants to choose from. I asked Fionnuala about that, and here's what she said. When a customer walks in, how do you not get overwhelmed by the selection? Where should we start?
I think a lot of people do get overwhelmed when they come in, just judging by that. Like, oh my God, just start there. Be overwhelmed. Spend a few minutes walking around, taking it in. Don't think I am here to get that one grass. I'm going to get that grass, not look at anything else. One of the main things I love about cottage gardens is there's something, and this is for me too, something new happening around every corner, something new drawing you round the corner, making you walk, making you look up. Go for it. Go for that experience. Do that first. Now, obviously, if you're in a rush and you have to be somewhere else in 20 minutes, come straight up to us, ask where the thing is, we'll grab it for you, and you can be on your way. But honestly, you'll really enjoy the experience. Let yourself be overwhelmed for a little while, settle yourself in, then do your shopping.
Yeah, just the idea of being here. So, giving myself permission, like you just said, to be overwhelmed. It is a feast for the senses. It is beauty on steroids. It is design excellence. So you're right. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
how great is it that we have a place that is so gorgeous that it overwhelms us?
Yeah. That
Yeah.
it delights you, that you're like, oh my goodness. But it also gives you permission to do stuff like this in your own garden. Do
Yes.
it, you
Yes.
know?
I love the way you have curated the accessories too, because to me the things that you are offering here is like the jewelry to the garden,
Yeah, what a
you
great way
know.
of putting it.
Yeah,
Love
so
that.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah,
all
there you
right,
go.
thank
Yeah,
you.
you're welcome.
As I left Cottage Gardens, my mind was racing with all the good advice Fanula had shared. Today will stay with me for a long time.